from fighting, people get killed. It's not a happy sensation. It's just, I guess it was just, something they do to get them pumped up, and they pray to their gods and stuff like that, and things like that, and everybody just stopped clapping, and then they all looked at me because I didn't clap, you know what I'm saying? And then one of them just asked, hey, bro, this your first time here? I'm like, yeah, I'm like, and he's like, oh, okay, and that was it, But Japan is no different from America. They got they image. I mean, it's just like America, You got this image of America where you can go there, and I mean, not now, it's all fucked up, but America is supposed to be a place of freedom, a place of peacefulness. I talked to a lot of Japanese people. Like, I was making a video once, and I was in front of Garden Parks, and I was making a video, and one of the security guards came over, and he asked me what was I doing, and I told him I was making a video. And he said, what kind of video? And I told him, and he was like, oh, yeah, oh, where you from? I'm like, America. And he was like, wow, America's such a beautiful place, and it's so peaceful and lovely, you see on TV. And I was like, nah, man, that's not America, that's television. I said, you go to America. I said, you Japanese, you go to America. You know what's going to happen? He said, what? I said, if you go to a white neighborhood, they're going to look at you funny. You go to a black neighborhood, they might not look at you funny, but they'll probably think, what you doing here and stuff, You go to a Mexican community and stuff, they might harass you and stuff like that, I said, what you're going to probably end up doing is you're probably going to end up going to America, especially if you go to LA, and end up moving into another Japanese community, and it ain't gonna be no different, but then you're gonna be pressured to do like this and act a certain way. You're not gonna have your freedom. The cops are gonna be messing and harassing with you and stuff, and and it's gonna be really fucked up, you know what I'm saying? So America's a beautiful place because America has beautiful things to see, but when it comes to the people, it's really hard to tell how a person's going to react when they meet you. I said, trust me, Japan is peaceful, and it's much better than the United States because the cops out here don't bother nobody or nothing. I said, you're in your own country, sure. I know they got their personal problems and they got their own problems, but I said, if you go to America, make sure you have some money. You go to the nice places, check them out. If you want to go to the places that's not so nice, you check them out. But please don't get in your head that America is a great place, because it's not. There's a lot of people that just want to leave and they just trapped, can't get jobs, women on their jobs getting sexually harassed, the guys, stressing out and stuff. They even might be getting sexually harassed by their boss, that's, by their supervisor that's females or whatever, And in Japan, they have the same problems out here too, He's like, wow, it's really like that? I said, yeah. I said, go to America, enjoy, but make sure you go to the nice places and understand what America is about. But all that television, where everybody, you got a white man, his wife and his husband, wife and now husband and stuff, but the wife and her husband and kids and, all this. And I said, they got places like that, but, still at home, they got their problems, He's like, wow, and, and I just tell them the truth, and I said, you might meet some white guy or some other Asian person might tell you something's different, but, you got to go there for yourself and you'll see, it's a beautiful country. But dealing with people, that's a really sticky situation and stuff, And he was like, oh, okay, Then I asked him, you love black men? And he's like, huh? I said, you love black men? He said, yeah, I love everybody, I don't discriminate and stuff like that, And this dude was like 60-something years old or 50-something years old. He said, yeah, why not? We're all one people and something like that. I forgot. But he gave a real good answer, but I couldn't get it, But I'm gonna do some Do You Love Black Men with men too, when I get out. It's like kind of cold out here, so nobody's really trying to stand out on the streets and stuff. And I'm gonna get families, and I just want to show everybody. But just because somebody say they love you and stuff, don't mean they want to have sex with you, and don't mean they're gonna give you their money and want you to marry their daughters and stuff like that. I mean, some, you get married to some of these guys, you get a husband, a wife, you got one daughter, you black and you marry him and stuff, and then you got to go through all the anger because the father's angry because his daughter didn't marry some Japanese guy, and then you guys might say, well, of course, of course he's supposed to be married. He should marry a Japanese person, but it don't even get that far. It was I probably said this before, but I got into one of those conversations when I went with one of my friends to her to a family dinner or something, and it wasn't just her. It was her. She wasn't married, but her friends were. I think it was like 4 or 5 families there. And the guys, I look young, so one guy, he was looking like really angry and stuff at me, and me and the women, we were talking and stuff, because they always talking and stuff, and the guys, they weren't really paying no attention to me, but I figured, I just got to give them time, and they'll loosen up and start talking and stuff, and probably when she told them I was coming, she probably didn't even tell them I was black and stuff, but in Japan they don't think like that. Why? I got a friend coming. What does it matter what her friend looks like? That's the beauty about being in Japan. They say they don't know he's black. They think he's Japanese, whatever. They don't even bring that stuff up. Americans, well, you black and you talking about women, so you degrading black men and you womanizing. What the hell is that? Men supposed to talk to women. It don't matter. All this was you just Japanese men or Asian men. Black people are Asian too. You got to go read your fucking history and stuff. Africa is part of Asia. Why? Just because it got a river between 2 parts of the land and all that stuff was connected at once, But, people come over and just divide up stuff and, all kinds of things happen in the past. So you don't know what's going on until you go out there and read it, But I'm just saying, we were just chilling and stuff. I'm talking to the women, and all of a sudden one of the guys, how you doing, where you live, and I started talking and stuff. And one guy, I just guess he just didn't know nothing about black people, and he just brought up the conversation about, foreign people marrying Japanese women, and he tried to make it a black. I don't know if he was trying to make it a black thing or not, but he was going to a certain point. But what I tried to do was I just tried to keep it in the medium where it didn't matter. I wanted to keep it just foreign guys and Japanese women, and I just kept it like that. And he started talking about, I wouldn't want my daughter to marry no foreign person and blah 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 and this and that. I want them to marry a Japanese person. And I'm listening to him, and his friends, I guess he must have been the boss, and his friends are all agreeing, the women are being quiet, and, because they thinking maybe I might get upset or maybe they might get upset, so I'm just listening, and I didn't get upset, I was just inside, I was just laughing because I already knew what we were going to talk about, and I already had my answer prepared. I was prepared when we went there. I'm in Japan and I run up on people, and it's very often that I do sometimes get caught off guard and stuff, but most of the time I'm prepared and stuff. And basically say, yeah, I wouldn't want my daughter marrying a foreign guy and blah 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 this, and I want her to be with a Japanese man, because a Japanese man can take care of a woman and blah blah this and blah blah that, and you can tell that he's lying because see that Porsche? You can tell that he's lying because that dude must be going about 160, 180. He's moving, and but you can tell he's lying because you can look at him and the way he's sitting and the clothes he was wearing, that he wasn't happy in his own marriage, So anyway, to make the long story short, I said, why you sitting up here lying? We talking in Japanese. I said, why you sitting up here lying? That's not the problem. It doesn't matter if for your daughter married a foreign guy or a Japanese guy. That's not the point. The point is you want your daughter to marry somebody that you're going to be happy with and that you like. You're not even thinking about your daughter's feelings and the type of man that she wants, the type of person that she loves. She could bring home some guy that she loves, and I don't care if he looked like a monkey, and everybody was laughing and stuff. I said, I said, look at us. Your jaw ain't no different from mine. Look at your lips. Look at everybody. You guys all got the same face? No. Do you guys the same noses? No. You got thick ones, some long ones, and